Okay, we're gonna try this. Let's see what's happening. So I think we're live. We have a mic. I moved around everything today. We did 2 broadcasts this week, and now is our 3rd. Why? Crit Camp is hosting us today. Thanks, dude. What's up, dude? We're gonna do the best we can to show off some Keyforge because it's release day. Moved around the studio, got some stuff hopefully organized, got some buddies over, got my son over here. We got some cool things that we're going to go and hang out and do. I'm going to show you what's in a starter kit. Why? Because Keyforge is released today. So hopefully you guys, somebody will show up and hang out with us, and I'm going to try and show these guys how to play the game. So if the video is not amazing and the audio is not... Oh, thanks, man. Thank you, Crit Camp. Thanks for the 200. Thank you, release day. So yeah, we're going to put on the best we can with what we've got, because we primarily do RPGs, but we really want to play more board games here. Let's be real, because that's what we all do in our spare time, besides nap. I like to take naps. Been up since about 6:30 or 7 playing Keyforge. So, and watching Keyforge and moving stuff around. So, here's some friends that you might know. You've seen most of their faces. CJ's always walked by when I'm on stream. He does every once in a while when I'm on Crit Camp or in the morning the last couple weeks. And a couple people are in some RPGs. One of these gentlemen, you haven't seen him on camera before, but yeah, my audio sounds really good, Chris. So the audio here, we got a little boom mic hanging over there. Hopefully that'll pick up some of the sound they have. You guys want to say anything? Say something. Check 1 2.
Check.
1 2.
They're married, by the way, if you can't tell. check 1 2 on one side. Why don't see if we can go ahead and you guys go ahead and introduce yourselves. Mike is up there if you want to look up there, but if you know where your cameras are at. Yep, crisscross, applesauce. So look at it. Introduce yourselves one at a time. Let's see if you guys can be cordial.
Oh, my name is Cedric.
Oh, can't hear you.
Oh, okay. My name is Cedric. I am 11, and I like to play board games.
What?
Nice to meet you, Cedric.
Go around table.
Oh, I'm Josue. I'm 26. I
like to party.
I like to party. I do improv, and I am here.
Welcome here. Hello. I am Brianna. I'm 25, almost 26. Hello. And I like to play board games as well. And I am here. Welcome here.
They're both here.
I'm V from One Shot Action Theater. I also do all the sound editing for Off the Dice.
Yes.
And recently, I've been teaching for our enrichment program along with Brianna, who's the lead instructor. So yes. Also
Yes,
here.
that's something
Also
amazing.
here. Welcome.
They taught a couple classes. Well, yeah, a couple classes this week.
Yes, we have.
Yeah, it's been really cool. Is that everyone?
That is everyone, I think.
Everyone but me. If you don't know who I am, it's not that big a deal. Just move on with your life. No, I'm Scooter. I host and run this little duct tape and cable thing that sometimes looks good, sometimes doesn't. But yeah, we are gonna start playing. I want to go over a couple things that that are going on and going on sale right today. As you can see here, let me move the camera. I have some. See if we can do some top down here. Whoa! So we got some play mats in. Super cool. Yeah, really excited. They showed up today, right before stream, so I'm throwing stuff together best we could. So hopefully you can see them. I'm using the best camera I have in my repertoire, so hopefully we'll go from there. Yes, we will be proud Archons. lanyards.
Yay.
Those lanyards are for you guys. So go ahead and put those lanyards on.
Yeah.
That's everybody's little special Keyforge lanyard.
I love lanyards.
Yes?
Yes.
It makes you feel like you're going someplace.
It makes me feel important.
Like, yeah. I'm a little... I feel important some days. Some days not so much. But those came out for pre-release, so I do have some because I got a lot of stuff because I'm excited about this. So, yes, Chris from Crit Camp is admiring our keys. Yeah, those showed up today too. Check these out. These are gorgeous. These are metal, nice and metal keys. They showed up today from our distributor as a retailer. You can grab those. They might be having them at the retail stores. I really, really, really hope they do though, because I talked to my distributor and they were like super excited about it. But the starter kit. That's the coolest thing. Oh, if you hear the music in the background, hopefully you can, if anybody's watching. Listen to that music. That's my buddy Tyson up in the Northwest, in the Seattle area. It'll be on some loops and stuff in here. So all the stuff that you're going to hear is from my buddy Tyson. He's got some more, like an EP, I think, coming, dropping December 7th. So I'll try and pump that out for him before it comes out. But yes, this is your starter kit. I put a little sticker on it. It says Time Tabletop so that people don't, think it's theirs. That's the only reason. But they're in my house, so it's probably weird if they don't think it's mine. All right, but that is the starter kit. It comes with all the goodies that you need. It comes with hits, like damages. You might need some of these.
Oh, hello.
Go ahead and put those in the middle. These are the keys that come with it inside of here. We will not need those today. I will not throw the amber at this time. It went a lot further than I thought it was gonna go. So I apologize for the reigning hit points. Damage points, those are actually damage. That's even worse.
Throwing damage around?
Throwing damage. I'm all about damage. So, here's something you guys will need. What are those? So we will go through those. That's what comes in there. 2 starter decks, which basically show you how to play. Really, really cool. But today we're gonna go right for it. And if you look to the left, these are called chain cards. We will get to those in a moment. Yep, they stand on that. Yeah, they came, they're custom that we got in the release today. So here's one little guy for you.
Thank you.
Here's one little guy for you that goes on your chain. I will get your guys' too because I left my box in the other room, but we'll get there. Chains, you won't need so much. But here are some stun cards. You can put those in the middle to share. What are stun cards? I don't know. We'll get to that. So, all right. And these are power cards. Boom. So, I'm going to do my best to show these guys how to play. So, the lore is basically... Ooh, number one spot. All right. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you so much for hanging out with us. Chaos, we'll just call it Chaos Worm. I think that's how you're trying to do it. That's totally awesome. Thanks for the follow. I'm going to do my best to kind of show them how to play through our room mic. Please bear with us because we don't broadcast a lot of board games, a lot of tabletop games. So I think over the last couple of years, I've learned how to do RPGs. But now, I got to learn how to do tabletop games. So guess what? I like to bite off more than I can chew. That's just what I do. So, we're going to start off with a little bit of lore. Yes, sir.
Oh, do you have any more of those rings?
I do. I will bring some. I'll go grab some.
Awesome.
I'll grab some probably when you guys start playing, because you won't need them right off the bat, which is pretty cool. They're in my other starter box.
Okay.
Any marker will work, but the one thing that they did say when it Fantasy Flight, you cannot use dice in this game for reasons of mistakenly cheating, and not on purpose. Just like a dice will roll from a 1 to a 2 to a 3, and nobody wants that. So, plus they've opened it up to where you could use anything for a key as long as the other person knows what it is. Like one side is forged, one side is not. So, Josue, Chaos Worm is hoping that you're better at this game than you are at Halo.
Okay.
So, sounds like you might have been sniped a few times in Halo.
Yeah.
So, thanks for that tidbit.
I was the RPG guy.
All right. So, a little bit of the lore. The idea is you're an Archon. That way you have different houses that you can choose from. Now, well, that are in your decks. These houses, 7 houses, they work together in groups of 3. So each deck will have 36 cards, 12 from each house. So I'm going to kind of step up, and I don't know if the audio is going to change and that kind of stuff, but I apologize if it does, because again, we don't know what we're doing. Well, I don't. They know exactly what they're doing. I don't. All right. So, yeah, if you can't see me, it's probably not that big a deal. All right, whatever. So, I will reach out to these guys here. Hopefully you can hear me. I'm going up the boom mic here, maybe back here. All right, so go ahead, tear open those decks. These are brand new decks. Every deck there's an algorithm. So, basically they've been created to be completely random, especially with the Archon names. So, open them up. The coolest part is discovering your Archon's name.
Cool.
So, if we go around table, read our Archon's name. What's the Archon name? It's on the front. It's on the front. Oh my gosh, she wants to open it so bad.
I'm ready.
She's just as excited as I am. What's the Archon's name? They're on the front of the cards.
Well, I am D. Edward the Citadel, a mechanic.
What do you got, Cedric?
The obtuse captain of East Baton.
Let me take a peek because it actually sounds pretty funny. The obtuse captain of East Haven.
Oh.
That's kind of cute. See what I did there? Dad joke. Stay in school, kids. Stay in school. Anybody having luck opening up your decks?
Trying. Let's see how far we get with this game.
All right. What about your name of yours, Valerie?
Personal space, Raouf, Keeper Prison.
Oh my lord. See, and what's cool is pretty much they established an algorithm to create these names, so none of there's not supposed to be barely any duplicates. You could have thousands and thousands and thousands of decks, which I just checked it was like up to 12,000 decks have now been registered at Fantasy Flight, and no duplicates yet.
Very cool.
So,
I'm digging it.
pretty dope.
I'm digging it.
What do you got?
I got Leather, Arthur, Wasteland, Survivor.
Whoa. Okay.
Sounds kind of intense.
That is pretty intense. So on the bottom of the deck,
Oh, okay.
you will see your Archon card. Yes. If it has a deck list on the back, that is the list of all the cards in your deck. So that Archon card goes, and the cool thing about these placemats, it goes on where it says Archon.
Oh,
Pretty simple. Go ahead and turn it over. We will discover these decks as we go. And look on the bottom, you've got your 3 houses. Everybody has different 3 houses out of the 7.
Okay.
It's a different mix. So why don't you call out, what are your houses?
I'm assuming I'm Logos?
No, you have all 3.
Oh, a Logos, Dis, Mars.
Yes, so you have Logos, Dis, and Mars in your deck. So you have 12 Logos cards, 12 Dis cards, and 12 Mars cards.
Okay.
Okay, and what do you have over here?
I have Sanctum, Shadows, and Dis.
Sweet, sweet. Valerie, what do you have?
Broa Hard, Logos, and Untamed.
Ooh, Untamed.
Untamed.
I see. All right.
I have Sanctum, Logos, and Brahma.
Sanctum, Logos, and Brobnar. So the whole idea about this is you get to play anything out of your deck in your hand or on the field as long as you've called that house. Okay, so it's not. There's no resources to be had. You don't take any resources out of here. You just call that house, and those people go. So let's describe the cards a little bit. So I'm just going to kind of take a peek at this one here. Dodja. I saw him being played today. You have creature cards. You have action cards. And just looking for other stuff here. I'm just winging this because I wanted to discover some new decks. This is an excuse to open up new decks for me. Artifacts. Okay, and then the other one is called an upgrade. So I'm just looking for something with art on the bottom. So let's see if we got, I don't have one in this deck, which is fine. There's also upgrades. So as an upgrade goes on here, an upgrade is played on top of on a character. Okay, so if you look at you guys looking at a creature card. Okay, if you look at a creature card, let's see if I can. This one's a kind of a cool one. Shadow Self. I really enjoy this one, very much so. There's an upgrade, yes. Upgrade, you'll see the art on the bottom because it attaches to a card, so you can still see the upgrade above it. Okay. If you do see, all your cards have the house on the top left. Okay. So top left, you'll see this little symbol for your house. Cool thing is you can just go over here. Oh, I know what that is. If there's a little amber symbol next to it, as soon as you play this card, you get an amber. Whoa, that's the key to this game, is to forge the keys. It's not to destroy each other, it's actually to flip these 3 keys and you win.
Oh.
Okay? So, but these can battle. And this is how they battle. If you look at your character cards, down to the left, you'll see in the red diamond shape, you see a number. That is your power and toughness. It is all of it in one. Okay? So if you ever take a hit, you're monitoring your damage. Okay? And that's what these little guys are. So if you are a 9-9, which just starts out at 9 power, right? If you're a 9 and you take 1 damage, that damage is static. It stays on the card. So this one has 9 to fight, but only 8 life points left. That's how those work, okay? To the right is a shield. The shield is basically the way I'm talking about any video game that you have. You have to get through the shield to hit your health, right? Mm-hmm. Once the health goes down, you're hurting. After your turn is over, your shield is back. Okay? But it's after your turn. So at the end of your turn, your shield goes back to whatever number it is. They're normally not more than 1 or 2, but that shield does come back, but your health is going down. Make sense? Okay, that's your character card. Then there's artifacts. Artifacts come out into the field and cannot be used until the next turn, because the next turn is an action. So when creatures, this is how they come out to the field, creatures and artifacts come out exhausted. Okay, so when they come out exhausted, that just means they can't be used that turn unless otherwise specified, right? Just like any other card game, we're just the basic rules, but the words on the card changes everything. Okay, so those come out there, and then at the end of your turn, you'll refresh, which, whoa. What? So there are, and I will read them verbatim. Here is the order of play. Order of play is forge a key. You need 6 amber to forge a key. Okay? Unless otherwise specified. Just put that at the end of everything that I say, okay? Because that's in any card game. That's basically how it works. Forging a key, flip it over. You have now forged a key, and you need to get all 3 of them to win. That's the first step of your turn. Okay? The second step is to choose a house. You got to call out a house that's in your deck. Okay? And then you get to play, discard, use cards, actions, everything you want to do in that one house. Anything in that house. From discarding. So if you want to discard, you can only discard if you called that house. You can only attack if you chose that house, which is fight. You can only fight if you chose that house. You can only, all this stuff. Just think of, that's all you can do. But there's 3 things, actually 4, what a creature can do while he's out. Okay? He can fight. You can attack another creature, fight him. They trade points, see who wins, who doesn't. Okay? They can do an action. If there's something on their card, they can have an action. If it says action. Like this one is an artifact, but it says heal 3 damage from a creature. You take an action to do that. Any creature can have an action on there also. Okay? They can also reap. What is reap? Any character can reap. When a creature is out there, it reaps. It gets 1 amber. That's what reaping is. Pulling amber. Because again, the whole idea is not to kill everyone unless you have to. You get these here. Okay? So you can do those in any order too. You can discard, then you can choose to fight, and then you can choose, you could fight with 1 card, then choose, I'm going to fight with another card, a different. You don't have to choose, I'm fighting, and then fight with all your stuff, and then come back. You can do it in all different ways you want. That's basically your biggest turn, is turn 3, phase 3. Phase 4 is you ready your cards. Now you ready them, and then draw up to 6. So at the end of your turn, you draw up to your card max, whatever it is at that point. 6 is the default, unless something else says something. And then it's the next person's turn. My favorite part about this game, honestly, is when it's somebody else's turn, you can't really do anything. Except look at your hand and go, what am I going to do on my turn? So you don't have to go against that infamous... Yeah, so some of those decks, those other games that... just you try and play something you can't the whole time. Those are really fun, but that's not part of this game. So that's the basics of how you play. Now, how do we set up? Wow. Cool thing is we got these cool mats, okay? And we can set up that way. So go ahead and shuffle your decks, okay? And first round, what we're gonna do is play against, it's a one-on-one, one-to-one game. You're gonna play against each other. And just discover the deck and have all the questions you want and just go through it. That'll be kind of you discovering the deck. And then we'll probably play another round where I know what the hell I'm doing. The heck I'm doing. Sorry, I did put friendly on here. What the heck I'm doing. This is our family friendly show. Scooter needs to rewind. So Chris, where's my rewind button? Yeah. All right.
We'll bleep it out later.
We'll edit that in post. Even though we're live, I think we can do that.
Unicorn, that's what you're going to say.
Yeah.
Unicorn, guys.
So, the one thing that, for me, that was a challenge is to remember to grab your amber if it's on the top left, okay? It was also, it's something that I'm working on, I'm playing this game, is archiving. That is one key part of this that I have not mastered. Now, you'll see over here, you have where your draw deck goes, where your discard goes, and then where your archive goes. Well, archive, if you have something in your hand that says archive a card, this is what you choose and you put it in here, okay? When it's in here, the cool thing is after you've declared your house on your turn, you can pull everything from your archive. Everything though, you can't just go through it and pick one, you take everything from your archive. So, realistically, you could have like 6 cards in here at the beginning of your turn, right after you call your house, you could have 12 cards in your hand to play. Whoa. So it just depends on how you use your archive. Okay, there's some systems, some of these houses that really can use your archive well. Okay, you guys ready to try this out?
Yeah.
Purge, you'll see, and you come. There's a lot of terminology that I could go on for probably another 30 minutes with terminology. So if you don't understand the terminology on the card itself, just ask, you know?
And I bet CJ knows all about it.
Well, he does. He knows the names, and I will explain the mechanic and see where it goes from there. But have fun. I'm here to kind of facilitate and help. And maybe if we get enough rounds in here, I'll just sneak in there and kick one of you out so I can play one of these too. Because I've been playing it and watching it all day, and I love this game. So here's how we start. I know that they were doing some rules on Fantasy Flight, and I think it just whoever flips one of these Let's do a cardboard one because those could be,
Deadly.
well, you know, my fancy Costco fold-up tables. We don't want to damage those. No. Whoever flips this, from what I understand, what they were doing on Fantasy Flight today on there's unforged, there's forged. So whoever flips it, if it ends up on forged, they start.
Okay.
They didn't say you get choice. It's just they start. I'm like, okay, that's how they were doing it. But that doesn't mean it's an official rule. So who wants to flip on this side?
That was kind of weak.
That wasn't even a full flip.
Yeah.
That was called a
Flip
flop.
like a coin.
Have you ever seen flip or
Okay,
flop?
you start, sir.
So you will start, okay? And then you guys go ahead. Who's going to choose to...
$1.
Scooter is awful at that today. Normally I'm like really good at like, floop. This is not my...
Whoa.
Oh!
Yay!
All right, so this side basically is going to go first.
Okay.
That's cool.
Very cool.
Here's how you start the game. The people who start draw 7. Okay? The people that you can draw now too, but you draw 6. Okay? So draw 6. Now you can mulligan once. Okay? Once. Now, if you are the starting player, you get to call a house and play 1 card. That's it.
Okay.
Okay? So starting players, if you just look at your cards, figure out what you want to do, and make sure and talk about the cards. Like, the names of some of these cards is why I'm loving this game, honestly. So feel free to mention a card.
Okay.
Well, mention a house, and then when you play the card, tell us what it is.
Go first if you want, man.
I'm gonna call Frognar.
What? What are you calling?
Frognar.
Okay, so what are you playing?
I'm gonna play a Crump, and it says after an enemy creature is destroyed, keep fighting. Crump is controller loses one emperor.
Ooh, okay. But when that creature comes out, does he come out ready to play?
Oh.
He comes out exhausted. Okay? So, and that's just to show on the first turn it doesn't really matter that much, but on your first turn it comes out exhausted, and then you do what?
And then at the end of your turn,
Before the end of your turn, you ready your cards, and then you draw up to 6, but you don't draw because you had 7. See how that works?
All right. I'm going. Oh. Logos. Ganymede Archivist. He's a human scientist. Reap. If I reap, I can archive a card.
Sweet.
And
That's awesome.
that's it.
That's it. He comes out like that, and then you ready him,
Yeah.
then draw up to 6, but you already have 6.
Okay.
So he gets readied.
Oh.
Ready.
Ready.
And a lot of time they don't say it's a must, but a lot of times you put your creatures out here and your artifacts back here. Pretty standard for any other game that you play a card game. Now it is your guys' turn.
Boop, boop. Would you like to go, Valerie?
Beep boop.
Okay, I guess so.
I almost sat on my box.
I will do Logos, and I will put down Transpositional Sandals.
Ooh.
This creature gains an action swap. Swap this creature with another friendly creature in the battle line.
What kind of card is that?
Oh, it's an upgrade. Never
Correct.
mind. I will
Okay.
do library access then. Rewind.
I know. I like my buddy Crit Camp has like a button that goes because I do that a lot when I'm playing this game. Like we rewind like 3 turns, going whoops.
You're right. It's on the bottom.
Yeah, it's on the bottom
It's
so
on
that
the
it can
bottom.
actually go and upgrade. The
Okay.
the 2 types of cards that has been known to be a little confusing is actions and artifacts. They look very, very similar. One can be played on your turn. That artifact comes out exhausted, and it can be played next. But yeah, that happens to be a lot. So who'd you play?
Library access. For the remainder of the turn, each time you play another card, draw a card.
Yes. So if you
But
play,
it comes out exhausted. So.
no, it's an action, right?
It's an action? You're right, it is an
Yeah. So an action comes out and it's happening right now.
Okay.
So every time now that you played Logos, right?
Yes.
So once you play another Logos card right now on this turn, you get to draw a card.
Okay. Can I upgrade an action card?
You cannot, because the action card goes in your discard when it's done.
Okay. Well, that's
You can-
all I have then.
You can rewind, discard, or play another house. If you feel like, if you have a creature that you want to put out there.
Do I have any creatures? That's a good question. Oh, I do have a creature. A creature.
So yeah, you can put that back because we're learning. This is
Okay.
this is a day of learning. This is the game came out today. Today is release day. So we've got tens of thousands of people like figuring this game out as we speak.
Oh, Scooter, you should have brought somebody smarter. You hear how my group talks to me? They do it for a reason.
But I have seen your work. Okay.
Really?
Again,
Yes.
our Off the Dice podcast is janky the way Scooter puts it together, but she makes it sound like we know what we're doing. So
Okay.
I don't even know how to snipe. So.
Yeah, I'm
Halo.
Okay. Let's see then. Brothar or what is Brothar?
Brobnar. Or
Brobnar.
I heard somebody call it Brobnar. What I don't know if there's an official. All I know is the Mars ones is pronounced Mars.
It kind of looks like a booger, so I'm just gonna call it a booger. So I'm gonna call the boogers, and I'm gonna bring out the giant chieftain who's exhausted. But you may ready and fight with the neighboring creature.
Okay, and that's cool. When it says play, that means when you put the card down, that happens on your creature. So if there was another creature next to him exhausted, he would come out exhausted, but he would go whoop. He'd make this guy be ready to play.
Okay, very cool. So he's gonna take a nap, and
Anything else? It's Brobnar, right?
Brobnar.
Yeah.
Yes.
Anything else, Brobnar?
I have an action for the Brobnar, but I can only. Can I do a second card?
You can do as many cards as you want in Brobnar because you're
Okay.
second. Only first turn is limited to one card.
Okay.
After that, when on your next turn, you can play as much as you can out of that house you call.
Okay.
It's only first turn that does that.
Then I guess I'll put down an action card that's called Loot the Bodies.
Oh no.
For the remainder of your turn, gain 1 amber each time an enemy creature is destroyed. But nobody was killed, so no bodies to loot.
So you don't have to play that card,
Oh!
right?
Well, I'm not very good at this. Rewind.
No, hold on.
No,
We're
no.
all blind. Like we all are learning this. So that's a cool card to
So
have.
this
When
would
would
be
you?
some-
Yeah,
This would be something to use if I attacked somebody and then I did it later.
correct.
And then the library access one I tried to play earlier would be something good to play if I had a bunch of other stuff to do.
We had a bunch of logos sitting in there.
Oh.
See how that you're starting to figure out like some of the mechanics.
This has a lot of reading on it. That's pretty cool.
So much reading. So what did you want to do? Just play that creature?
Yeah, I'll just put him out here for a nap.
Cool. And then you ready him at the end of your turn,
Okay.
and then draw up to 6,
Up
which
to
is
6.
one more, right?
Yes.
And then you're good. Now
Okay.
would be CJ's turn, but hold off for a second, because once I'm just gonna get you guys going a couple turns, and then you should be able to go.
Okay, sounds good. Alright, so I'm going to play House Dis. Yes, Dis. And I am playing Tentacus, which is a creature demon. He's coming in tired, but your opponent must pay you 1 amber in order to use an artifact.
Okay. So if you notice on the card, it doesn't say play, reap, action. That means that just exists in your guys' universe. This exists until this one's dead.
Okay.
So that's why you fight creatures. Okay, a lot of the creatures will capture amber. They'll do some stuff while they're sitting out there. You want them out of there because they're doing things that are messing with you. You don't have an artifact, but if you do, you're gonna have to pay 1 amber every time you use it.
I
if
may
that
have
even
had
happens.
one.
I apologize.
No,
Not really. Okay. And then can I play another card?
anything dis.
Okay, yes, I want to play another hold. Which one? Which one do I want to play? Okay. I want to play Mind Barb. It's an action.
Oh, I know this one.
Your opponent discards a random card from their hand.
Yes, you play this, but did you notice right here?
It has an ember.
You get an amber. So another rule of the game is you can put your amber wherever you want as long as you guys agree on where you're putting it. so that because you can't hide it.
Yeah.
You need to know where it's at. Some people put them on their archive cards.
Okay.
Some people put them on top of on top of your keys, and some people they sit them over here in a spot too. It doesn't matter where you put them, as long as the other person can see them at all times.
Do I discard it or does she discard it?
She has to grab one. It's a random card.
It's a random card.
Yeah.
Oh, I really apologize then, sir.
Not that one.
Do I read it?
Yeah, read it. Has to put it in the discard.
It's also this, and it's an artifact.
Dominator.
Dominator Bubble.
Ooh, it's such a
use
good
a
card.
friendly creature. It's an action.
Yeah.
She
So
just-
basically, you play the way that one works. Is sit out there, and if you're playing this, you can go whoop and use somebody out of a different house.
She just dissed a diss.
And then this one goes into
your discard.
and
Yes.
then I draw. I use
And do it face up.
face up.
That
And
way
then
you
I draw
don't
2.
get messed up. Are you down to 4?
Yes.
Yeah. Ready?
She doesn't have to do that part.
So and then you draw up.
And then I draw 2. Okay.
The way the game's been played is, it's a friendly game right now.
Okay.
So, and it's also it doesn't affect you
Yeah.
the way she's playing because you can't play anything on her turn.
Okay.
So that's why it kind of like, if you forget to do something, we remind each other. That's how.
Okay.
That's how the game's been played. In tournaments, it's probably going to end up being different. But all right.
Alright.
So I think it's on to
The gentleman.
Okay.
So it's not sorry, basically.
right. Just shh. They didn't tap that. What? Yeah. I know that feeling. I've won and lost on both ends that way.
What does that do?
Look at this. It's an upgrade.
Yeah.
Right. Sorry. He doesn't have an upgrade.
No.
But this is deal 2 damage.
Yeah. Oh.
So
Gotcha.
it would take 2 of these and put them on top.
Oh. Let's see. There's a picture. I would show you, but I don't want to show her.
But there's a little picture, yeah. And everybody was like, on the cards, when it says deal 2 something, and it has this, like a little red, kind of like a blood splatter, I guess. I guess that could you do that. But it's on the card. It says deal 2 of those. That's what it means.
Whoa, this is a good card.
And
You go first.
yeah, if whoever's ready
Yeah.
can go from here forward. Okay. I don't want to.
I'm gonna pick
Hold you good.
logos, and I'm gonna play Bat Drone. It's a robot, and it has skirmish. When you use this creature to fight, it is dealt no damage in return. And then when this fights, I steal an ember.
Yeah. So you'll see now. There's some terminology coming up. Skirmish. What does it say? They probably couldn't hear it on the mic.
It says when you use this creature to fight, it is dealt no damage in return.
Right. So it's basically like you punch and you don't get hit. Skirmish. You'll find out on the opposite end it's called elusive. So if there's one that's on a defense, so if somebody fights an elusive creature, they dodge it first time and nobody takes any damage because he just dodges. It's called elusive. And you'll find that in some of these cards too. Are you
I
ready?
proclaim this, and I do flame weaved. The creature gains, it's an upgrade. The creature gets a +2 power and gains hazardous 2. Hazardous, before this creature is attacked, it deals 2 damage to the attacking enemy.
Right.
And I assume we put it
Yep.
like
Put it. I put it on here.
top or below.
I usually, because the
Yeah.
art, so you can go ahead and cover the art.
Gotcha.
That way you can read it there. But what does it give it? It gives it 2 + 2
Yes.
power. Which,
Oh, and I get one of these.
yes, you do. One of those, and there's your power cards.
Oh.
So the way these are built, card-wise,
Uh-huh.
you can put them on the bottom. So the way these cards are actually made by Fantasy Flight is they do stack pretty well within the creature. So a lot of people are talking about, why did they put the art on the bottom? Now, what if I want to put my upgrade on the bottom? I was like, well, then what would you do with your power card?
Okay.
So they did build it to where your power goes down here, or your stun goes down here, and then your upgrade goes up top. So design-wise, it's pretty cool.
That's pretty cool. So now it's 5, right?
Yeah, it's a 5.
Now, if I may interrupt, if I choose to attack her,
You cannot because you chose this.
Because I chose this.
This is your
Oh.
upgrade. He is a Logos.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yeah. When you attack, you have to use that house. No matter what upgrade they have, it's the creature that you have to call.
Okay.
Unless otherwise specified. I was going to default that.
I have a question.
Yeah.
So upgrades don't have to go on the same house, or they can go on, or they only.
No, they do not. They don't. You don't have to put them on the same house creature.
Okay.
And you will find there's one more terminology that you'll find now that we're talking about houses and using stuff. It's a good time to bring up what's called Omni. If something says Omni on it, like an artifact or something to that effect, it's normally on artifacts. I haven't seen anything else, maybe on creatures. But an artifact, if it says Omni, that means it can be used during any house call. Any house call?
Okay.
When you call any house. Because those mean two different things. Anytime you call any house, if it says Omni, you can use it.
Okay.
That will come up.
All right. So I'll draw and I'll end my turn.
Nice.
Okay.
Alright.
Okay. Ooh,
I have
yes.
a question.
I
So
saw
what
that
does
one.
flank mean?
Flank. Good question. Here's now that we're getting the creatures out. This is perfect timing for that. When you have 2 creatures out, right? Well, let's say 3. The middle one is in the middle. Then you have one on the right, which is right flank. One on left is a left flank.
Oh yeah.
Now, you cannot, when you're laying out your cards, you cannot move your creatures aside and put another one in between. It doesn't work like that. You can either play on one side or the other. So you always have to play your creature cards on flank. Because there are cards in here that say you can hit a creature that's on flank, or as long as this card's on flank. So flank plays something in the game also.
Okay.
So that's what it means. On the edges.
Okay.
My head looks big. My camera's like right in my face.
Alright. Do I want to do? Would you like to go?
Okay. I don't mind. So I will call the house Broharba or Booger, and I will think of it from now on. I will put out the
As
head.
long as he knows what you mean, go with it.
I mean, look at it. That looks like a red booger.
Ouch! that never feels good.
Well, I mean, there's nothing wrong with the booger. Everybody has
But a
them.
red
A
one?
red one? Like,
Well,
There might be something like get it looked at. Drink more liquids. I don't know.
so I'll put out the head hunter,
ooh.
who has fight, gain 1 amber, and because it says fight, I can just jump in and do that, right, Scooter?
Well, let me see.
Okay.
When it says,
Try to look at the photo.
but you just played him
Okay, so he comes out with the rest.
exhausted.
Okay.
Yes, fight is the mechanic. Once he's already
Okay.
up, he can either on his turn can either fight, reap, take an action, those types of things. Yeah,
Okay.
that's why if you see the way these cards were, if they were in your hand at the same time, you would play him, then play this one. This one would be exhausted, ready him, and fight and gain 1. See,
Okay.
if you play them in order, Brobnar can really help each other out.
That makes
They're
sense.
buddies.
And then could this one fight?
Yes, absolutely. You can
Creature?
fight, reap. That's all it can do. It can either fight or reap.
Okay.
And sometimes fighting is, if you're low on amber, you might want to just reap. Because if these aren't really much of a threat to you, then they might reap or fight. Either way.
Okay. I will reap then. So then I get 1 amber.
1 amber.
And then he takes a nap too.
Yep. And at the end of your turn, you bring him back.
Okay. And then I guess that'll be the end. So they'll both wake up from their nap.
All right.
And that will be that.
Okay. I wanted to play with my House of Shadows, and I'm going to play Shadow Self. It's a creature.
Oh,
It's
that's
a
so good.
Spectre. And Shadow Self deals no damage when fighting. damage dealt to non-spectre neighbors is dealt to Shadow Self instead. So
And neighbors, anybody next to him, you cannot damage them. Every piece of damage you deal to a neighbor goes directly to Shadow Self.
Big Daddy.
So it's like an elusive. Well, not sorry. That's an actual mechanic. But yeah, he takes all the damage. Doesn't matter where it comes from either.
Okay.
Okay, and then I end my turn, so I will draw.
And ready him.
He's ready. He's ready.
And that's
for battle.
it's more of a communication thing than it is instead of saying "oh, ready," you just turn the card.
Okay.
And I'm gonna grab some more amber and damage points as you guys go.
Did you draw?
Yes, I did.
Okay.
Go, sir.
I can go? Okay, I will go. I have a question. I will. Okay, then you can help me. If I do this, is that forever or is it just for that turn?
If you archive, it stays in here unless you can, next turn you can bring it back.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Well, let's say if I archive to do that ability, which would be that, would it stay like that?
If you put it down, because what it is, if you put it down, and then if you use it, you can archive it, and then you can bring it back.
Okay.
And then you can draw tickets.
Okay. Well, okay.
So when you
Well,
What's up?
this is a confusing card. And I don't know if I'm reading it wrong. But let's say, can you get it, Chief?
Yeah, I'm just yeah, sorry about that, Shadzar. We and I'm not even on camera. We normally do D&D, so that's our bad. Weren't trying to offend by any means. Let's see here. I can change that real easy. Boom. There, updated to card games. Thanks for the heads up, man. We're normally doing D&D, and we did that last night. So, yeah. What was the question?
Okay. So this artifact, if I activate that, and then that's the thing, does that happen forever or just when I?
Every time you do it as an action, because an action will turn the card, right? Exhaust the card, and at the end of your turn, you ready it. So it's only active on your turn during the action.
Oh.
You'd have to call out that house, use it as an action, and then you'd be able to, yeah. When you do that action, that one would go into here,
Yeah.
and up to 2 more.
So I would
from
draw
your hand.
immediately. Oh.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So basically what that card is going to do, and you can show it to her. But what that card does is archives 2 other cards.
Oh.
Right. So it sits on an artifact, and all of a sudden you have 2 cards that you want to bring back at some time.
Yeah.
You're like, ooh, I'll use that artifact, put him in there, and put those in there. That's
Okay.
what that does when you when it says because you archive this with 2 other cards.
Okay.
So this
Out of your
could be
hand.
useful if like you have 2 cards in your hand that you can't use right now, that you can use later on
Yeah.
possibly.
Absolutely, or something. There's a lot of different ways you can do it because sometimes multiple of the same house lets you do something. So you could sit there and go, "Ooh, I'm going to call that house," and then they all come out and go, "Woo! Now I got a bunch of them." Okay. Instead of you limited to 6, you don't have a hand limit.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have a bunch of archives sitting in there, you can pull them anytime after you call your house on your turn.
Okay.
Which is pretty dope.
All right. I proclaim house logos, and I will do twin bolt emission,
Ooh.
and it does deal 2 damage to creature and deal 2 damage to different creature. But because that one observes all the damage, will it take all 4? Ha!
Oh.
Yeah, because you can be
Ouch.
basically because you could attack this one.
Yeah.
But I mean, it's basically like attacking this one, this one. Yeah, it'd be fun.
So I take
It works
4.
out great
Take
that way. Actually.
4.
Yep.
And then
And
I
then,
want to attack.
Job.
is that and you called Logos?
I did call Logos.
Awesome.
So do I tilt it?
Yep.
I tilted for 5.
So it's gone.
Who you attacking though?
Yeah, it would have to go to this one.
Right, and then that one be gone.
Be
And-
gone.
Oh, and I forgot that
Yeah.
has a gem.
Yes.
Yep.
So then this guy goes bye bye, and I'm assuming it goes into.
And it
this
doesn't
guy.
deal any damage,
Mm.
right? That one doesn't deal damage,
No.
so you're free and clear.
Good play, good play, sir. Good play.
So then I will ready now or after I draw? Or
You ready and then draw.
okay,
That's
so
the
I'm
norm.
ready, and I will draw 1, and I end my turn.
Very nice, very nice.
Okay. I'm going to call Sanctum when you use shoulder armor on creature is on.
Feel free to
While
speak up.
this creature is on a flank, it gets +2 armor and +2 power. So that's a 4 for 2 armor. And then we play this character. It's Commander Ramil.
What's the name?
I don't know. It's Commander. I don't
Commander Booger?
know. No.
Oh, that's broad enough.
No.
Sorry. Who's that? Remiel?
Remiel. And it says if you reap, use a friendly non-sanctum creature. I don't know what that is.
Okay. What does it say?
It says use a friendly.
When you reap, that means you can use a friendly non-sanctum. He's sanctum. You can use any friendly creature.
For what?
Anything.
Oh.
You get to use one.
Oh, okay.
Use is just like you can reap, you can play, you can archive. Reap. What are the two things? Reap or fight, basically.
Oh. Okay then. Then I will attack, and I get to steal an amber.
Oh, okay.
Oh, I also get an amber for that too. And then I will attack that one. And it takes 4 damage.
Okay.
How much does yours take?
None. It's none. It's dealt no damage.
And when it fights stuff, did you already steal the one?
Yeah.
Okay. And steal, that's another mechanic that you'll see. Steal means you take it from the other Archon to you. There's one called capture, which means if this guy has capture, it means this would go on him. If capture is you put it on the creature. So that can happen a lot of times where your creature is holding on to like 3 of your amber, their creature is. So you're like, I want that back. So that's capture.
And then how would you get that amber back? By defeating
Just
the
killing
monster? Okay.
Unless there's something else that comes up, but the only thing I've seen thus far is just kill him.
Get it, get it.
Okay.
Right.
And it's their turn.
I like this song. their cards, play their cards.
Oh, okay, yes. I want to call on House Dis. Hello. And I'm going to play the Fear card. Return an enemy creature to its owner's hand.
Ooh, that's good.
So when I do that,
His upgrade goes in discard.
No.
And the power goes away. That is a great card for what was going on.
Yes, I had to. I'm
Yep,
sorry.
that one goes in discard. Your upgrade goes away.
And then
Oof.
I want to play Arise
Oh,
as an
no.
action. And then I choose a house, return each creature of that house to your from your discard to your hand, and I gain 1 chain. So for my house, I want to call on Shadow and get my baby back.
That was a good play.
Maybe the cool thing about Arise is how many cards you get back? Anything in that house.
Exactly.
From the whole discard. So, this is a good time to explain chains. Because I just brought out the rings. Just, what timing? So how many chains did you gain?
1.
1. So, on your little card here, now you put this on 1, but you see 1 through 6 chains, it says -1. That means you draw up to 1 less card than your normal 6, or whatever the going rate is now. So now, when you draw, you have to draw up to 5. Okay? But here's to get rid of a chain, you have to actually draw a card. So if you were at 4 and you got to draw a card, you get rid of 1 chain.
Got it.
Okay, so you can get rid of chains, but they start at, say you started at 6, so for 5 turns, you're drawing only up to 5, and then your last time that you do it, your 6th time, you get rid of your chains, and then the next time you can draw up to 6 again. Cool thing about chains. We'll just talk about it a little bit because that's been a lot of things. A lot of people have asked about chains. When it comes to chains, and they can't see me, but the top of my head, I don't even know what I'm doing anymore. Good God. Don't put me in front of a camera. What the hell is this? Heck is this? Okay.
Second time
Hashtag
you
family
were born.
friendly. We just went into the TV 14 with 2 of those. No, chains. The concept is you don't know what your deck is, right? And if anybody has ever played card games before, especially like TCGs, you build your deck. And you build like this master race deck, right? And then you go out there and just pummel people. Well, that's never fun for the other guy, right? So they're trying to level the battlefield here. So the concept of chains is as these cards get registered, so make sure if you guys are buying decks, go out and register on keyforgegame.com. Please do that because it's helping this system work. We're in our discovery phase. So when it goes out there, people will be playing in tournaments, right? And as they play in tournaments, you'll register whether that card won or lost, that deck won or lost. So as it wins a lot in different formats and different ways out there, it's going to gain chains. So as it gains chains, that means you're going to have this super powerful deck, but you're going to start off with 2 less draws for so many turns. So it lets the other person kind of catch up and levels it out. That's the whole concept of chains, so that we can get a level playing field, so you're not going out there and just getting beat up every single tournament. Cool thing is, high-end tournaments, you can show up with your deck and your chains are gone. I mean, the high-end, yeah, you're not chained. They're called chain bound, but we haven't started organized play yet. But that's the concept behind chains.
Okay.
And then how do I reap?
Ooh, who's reaping? And you call dis?
Yes, I'm
Reap,
still
you
on.
just exhaust him,
Okay.
grab an amber.
Oh, okay.
That's it.
You can reap anything.
Any creature can reap.
Oh.
They may have a reap ability.
Oh.
If they have a reap ability, you can reap, grab an amber, and there's a reap ability, it can do that also. So if it says reap, gain 1 amber, that means you reap, get an amber, but the ability is also another amber, so you get 2.
So is it choosing attacking over reaping?
Yes.
Okay.
You're choosing attack, reap. There's also other stuff to exhaust an action to get rid of stun, but we haven't gotten there yet.
Okay.
Perfect. And then because I used Arise and I gained the chain, I can only have 5.
Yes, so you can only have 5 in your hand. Now, if you're going to draw, right, and you already have 5 or 10 in your hand, you just don't draw,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
And that means you don't get rid of a chain either.
Yeah.
So you have to draw to get rid of a chain.
That makes sense. Okay. So all good.
Oh, cool. Cool. Thanks for the raid, guys. Thanks, Video Store Cowboy. Haven't seen you for a while. I missed you at TwitchCon. But thanks, man. Thanks for the raid.
Got it. I am.
Hopefully, maybe you're going to PAX U or something. That'd be rad. We're going to play some Keyforge at PAX U and doing a bunch of other stuff.
Good feedback.
Sorry, I'll let them talk. What's the next play?
I am completed my turn. Back to the board.
Yeah. Okay. Before I go, I have 2 questions.
Yeah.
So, if I reap with 1 card, am I not able to do their action?
Correct.
Okay.
If it has an action. That one, I
Like,
think,
this
that
one
has a
says
play,
play.
though. Play is when it comes into the field.
Oh, okay. So that's just when I'm laying them down.
Yeah, that's once a card comes out and it has the play ability, it's burned. So
Okay.
the cool thing is there are some cards that get put back in your hand,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can keep popping them out and using the play ability. That's where the play ability comes into play. I think.
Second question.
Yeah.
How do you fight? Or how do you know how much damage you do in a fight?
You're sitting here at 5, so you're that red number, you will always do that much damage.
Okay.
Okay, but you have 4 hit points missing from you, so you have 5 fighting,
Damage,
but you only
okay.
have 1 hit point left
Okay.
because you've taken 4 damage.
So I'm gonna put this one down, and it's no, I'm not gonna put that one down. Never mind. I'll start with this one reaping, and so it's taking a nap. And then the second thing we're gonna do is this one is going to attack your flank here, and it does 5 damage, and that one is 3. I think that one dies, right?
Yeah.
And then this one, when I fight, I gain 1 amber. That one's sleeping.
But you
Correct.
took
That
1
one's
damage,
dead.
so you're dead.
Oh, so this one's dead?
Yes, because
Yes.
you only have 1 damage left.
Okay, so this one
So
died.
you don't get the amber if he's dead.
Oh, okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah. So that one's dead. And then I'm going to put this one down, and it's a play. And so when I put this one down, it does its action.
Yes.
And so then I pick this one up again.
Is that what it says? Put the other one back in your hand?
You return each other friendly character of the bard. This is gonna be a thing.
Brobnar.
Brobnar into your hand.
Perfect. So you put that one back in your hand. So that's how see how it has a play ability. Next time you can bring it out and play it and do it again. That's
Okay.
how they work together. They're very Brobnar is a very like buddy system. Like I'll help you, you help me fight. I push this, we do that.
Okay.
You'll find that out in that house.
Okay. And then I will end my turn there. So then he'll wake up. 1, 2, 3, 5, and 6. And that's it.
Sweet.
I don't draw if I'm already at the.
If you're already at the limit, yeah, then you just
Okay.
don't drop. Yeah, you can end your turn with a dozen cards. There's never a discard. The only time you discard is when you call that house. You can discard out of that house, which sometimes that does help.
Oh. You can go.
Okay. I call House Logos. And I summon again Ganymede Archivist. And then I want That's it. So I'll straighten him out and I'll draw 1.
You're at 6.
Oh, I'm at 6.
Ha ha.
Because you put him back in my deck.
I'll put him back in my hand.
Wait a second. Okay. I end my turn.
Okay. I will call Sanctum. I'll play the bulwark. Says each bulwark's neighbors get a +2 armor. So this has
And that one already has +2, so it's
Yeah.
up to like
4.
Yeah, it has. Does it have armor or power?
It says armor.
No, his upgrade.
Oh, it says armor and power.
Oh, cool. Okay.
So this is a 4 +4 armor.
So again, the concept of his card that he had over here, there is no really a +1 armor token, which you can get them custom made on Etsy. I didn't notice that. Yeah, that's a power though. It's different than armor. So power you'd want to put on there. If he has plus power, you want to make sure it has that on there.
Oh.
He has +1 or 2.
+2.
Yeah, so make sure that's on there. But have it for the armor. But yeah, the whole idea is like now that you have that beefy character, Josue just
With
had that same
skirmish.
issue over here, and she just played a card that says, just put that back in your hand. You know, it's just because you have a big, powerful creature out there, if it's not drawing fire or holding on to a bunch of amber, then it's just a big guy just hanging out there. Because you get to choose who you fight.
And then I'll play this lab work. This is I get to archive a card. Like this.
And is there an amber on the top left
Yes.
of that card? And the archive goes face down because you don't want the opponent to see it.
Oh. Okay.
It's kind of like putting your buddies in reserve somewhere. They're like in a tent waiting to go fight or something.
And then I will have Crump attack him.
And that is a 6 damage, so this one is dead.
And then its controller loses an amber.
Okay. So here's the amber.
And then I will reap. And
It's
then
almost there.
Yeah, so fast. That's awesome.
then no am turn.
No, it's this one.
Oh, my turn?
Right.
Dang,
Yeah,
okay.
I did.
I'm catching up. Alright, alright.
All right.
Okay, I will play. Oh, you don't want to do that. Oh no. Okay. Oh, but I want to do that. Oh no. Okay, so I will call House Shadows, and I will play Shadows Elf again. Yes, again. Welcome back. We haven't changed.
Welcome back, Shadow Self.
And then.
I love that card.
And then because I call House Shadows, I can't do anything with that guy. So I will end my turn. Now this moves up.
Yeah, as long as you draw a card.
Yeah, to keep it
At the end, you get rid of one of your chains.
Okay.
And once you get it out of there, then you can draw up to 6 again.
Okay. Got it.
It's like a handicap
Got
in
it.
a sport or something. You just start out a little small.
Perfect.
All right, who's
End my
next?
turn. Valerie.
Okay. I will put down Warhammer to map, and I will also put down. Oh wait, rewind. I'm gonna call their house. I forgot to do that. The one I can't pronounce, Brohar the Booger
The Booger.
house. And so I'll put down Warhammer because I put him out. He's napping. But then I will put down the chieftain from earlier, who wakes up the Warhammer. Wait, he's sleeping. And then I will use him to reap, and then he'll be sleeping again. And then I will draw and end my turn.
Very nice, very nice.
Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have to count. Sorry.
You're right. I'm still I'm like, wait, how many cards? Hold on. I have a question real quick
Yes.
since they're looking. Is stun I'm thinking stun is a bad thing.
I have the same question.
It is.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
glad that somebody came up with a stun. The idea with stun, stun takes an action to get rid of stun. So we got to remember that. That's been a discussion in the Discord and everything. So when something gets stunned, you stun a creature. Most of the time, it's somebody stunning a creature. That creature gets stunned. Sometimes it stuns and exhausts that creature. So if that creature gets stunned, it sits there. It cannot fight. It cannot reap. It can't do any action. It's stunned. The only way to get rid of that stun is call that house, do an action, and your action is get rid of stun. Then the end of the turn, you refresh it and you bring it back.
So it'll take 2 turns to finally.
Basically.
Okay.
Yeah, basically to use it. You have to call that house twice in order to use it.
Gotcha.
Okay? So readying a creature does not remove stun. That is something that we discussed many, many times. From all the rules that we've discussed is when you play a card, like you have some in your Brobnar, Valerie, that says ready and fight. If that creature is stunned, ready and fight does not get rid of stun.
Oh.
Okay.
All right.
Because I had that question when I was playing.
I call House Mars.
Ooh, I love Mars.
And
Mars is my
I
favorite.
bring out Zelix Dominator, I'm assuming it's called. It's a robot creature. Has taunt. This creature's neighbors cannot be attacked unless they have taunt. And it's entered stunned, which we just talked about.
Yeah, so he just comes in.
He also has a quote that says, "Core power online, stand by for domination."
Oh, wow.
Now, the cool thing is, he does come in stunned, so you can put a stun card on him.
Oh, there's a card. Oh.
Yes, that's a stun card. Now, he comes in stunned, but the cool thing is, yeah, you can't use him to reap or fight or anything, but nobody next to him can get fought. The other person can't fight anybody next to him because he has taunt. Because taunt is a permanent. It's on this card. I love that card for that reason.
Nice.
And he's got 1 shield, so you can't fight the guy next to him unless you beat the crap out of him first.
Then I shall reap. If I reap, I get one of these and I do my ability if I want. Or do I choose ability or a stone?
No, what are you talking about for this one?
Oh no, that's a different house. No.
Yeah, different house. That's the logos. But
Okay.
even let's say you did do it though. I'm
Yeah.
just saying, if you did choose the reap,
Mhm.
you'd get your amber because reaping gives you an amber,
Mhm.
and you get to do whatever your reap ability is.
Okay.
So like this one doesn't have a reap ability, but it can still reap.
Yeah.
It just doesn't get a special ability.
Gotcha. Okay, and then I'll throw in an action. Deal 3 damage to each creature.
All right.
Again.
So that's everybody.
Haha.
But technically, this one would take all the damage.
Yeah, but it says
Oh.
to each creature.
But if this
Are those creatures?
Oh no.
Yes.
Wait. Rewind.
It doesn't say opponent's creature
Yeah.
or your creature. It says each creature.
Because it's going on the battlefield.
Yep.
it's just gas, it'll kill everyone.
Because is that the ammonia clouds? Yeah.
Yeah.
I have a few of those in one of
Okay.
my decks. I like them. Because there's other abilities that heal,
Yeah.
and other abilities that heal that give you amber when you heal.
Okay.
So it can be a good tactic to damage everyone, heal everyone, and now you have like 12 amber.
Okay.
So
Wow. Okay. So then I will
try to post.
ready it. Still stunned, right?
Try to post an
Would it
Instagram.
be proper to just ready him or just leave him angled?
He's readied, but he doesn't do
But
anything.
he's stunned.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because that way you know that he's
Mhm.
sitting up. So the next time if you decide to get rid of the stun, you'll know.
Okay. So then I will draw and I end my turn. Sweet.
Your creatures just stand on their head. What are they doing? Showing off. Parkour.
I will play Brobnar. First, I will play Punch. I deal 3 damage to you.
Okay, so this one dies.
And again. And then I will play Anger. It says ready and fight with a friendly creature.
Seems aggressive over there.
Anyway,
What is that?
I
Is
will
that in the
play.
Brahma? Yeah.
I will attack with Crump. I will attack him
That's the 6 damage, and then this one dies.
That's it.
Yeah,
So you gotta leave now.
side dressed.
Okay.
Okay. And you lose an amber.
Okay. And then
And
here,
then-
do I lose it or do I? Or
Lose
do
it,
you get
lose
it? Okay.
And then
Cool. What I'll do is I'll turn off my
You get,
camera
The-
over here,
aren't you
and then I'll just
able
hop
to-
that's
over where
at the
CJ is.
beginning of
Oh, okay. I was all like, you already got a token. Wow.
Oh, and then whenever you get 6 amber, you're supposed to say check. Or in the word.
Yes, and it basically, because like I was saying, it's a friendly game, so the whole idea is like you're not trying to do anything secret over there or screw somebody over because they forgot to do something. So yeah, I'm gonna hop over and take Cedric's spot over there, and I will run the show from over there best that I can. I think I can move everything around.
Wow.
Very
Look at
fancy.
So I'm gonna
that.
turn that camera off.
Surround sound 360.
Bum, bum, bum. Let me turn off my camera. Oh, my camera's gone. Oh no. So.
I'm really loving the art on these cards.
Right? That's the art is so cool. I think I just turned off.
Could this be a 4-person game?
That's a great question, dude. Let me hop over there and we'll talk about that because I really want to talk about Keyforge all my life.
I really like it so far.
Let's see if I got everything.
I think it would
turned
be
right.
fun, like Super Smash Bros. It just intensifies.
Oh,
Yeah.
That way I just want to be able to see. I'll turn that camera off.
Oh, there's no.
Yeah, yeah. There's the cat. You're still on your guys' camera. I just want to be able to see it in case somebody's chatting or something like that. So. We got 5 years. Yeah, we got rated. We had like 12 at one time.
Nice.
So I'm moving over here. Hopefully my bushy hair is not covering your bushy hair in the camera. We're just bushy people. What is that all about? All right. So don't slouch, Scooter, because then it shows your rolls.
Okay, I'm sorry.
All right. I think I'm still in the frame. No, that's a great question because what I think, just a personal opinion, but I've seen a lot of people talk about different formats and they really haven't come up with a new format or anything like that. But I'm really looking at it as like they're waiting for the community, I think, to come up with some of these ideas. So I have no problem with, I think 2-on-2, there could be a way where you could share a house as long as you're sharing a house, or you get to call a house and you share the keys, or I'm sure there's a variant that's going to happen. What they announced today is we're in the discovery phase. That's what I was saying earlier. Discovery phase is really just get out there and grab a deck and play and get it registered online. There's no formal chains, there's no chain bound, there's no tournaments. It's really just that blind, go in, buy a deck for $10 and play with your friends. That's what they're doing right now, so they can get the database going. So, yeah, I think I'd love to try a 2-on-2 or a multiplayer. I think it'd be totally rad. All right. So where was CJ at here? Well, I'm sorry, the obtuse captain of East Haven. Where was the obtuse captain? What was he up to?
Well, the obtuse captain just attacked me with this card, and
Wiped your board?
yes, and he got
I'm good. I'm gonna skip this over.
and he got 2 more. So, as we discussed, he on his next turn is able to flip that over.
He is, but it's your turn.
Yes, but
So-
he hasn't officially ended his turn yet.
Oh, okay, but he did attack with this?
He attacked with
Okay,
this.
so that would have been here.
And then he attacked with this one and took out my other card. But he still has this one and whatever.
How did he attack with this one?
It has extra powers and,
Okay,
and
went
stuff.
out on
and,
flank, but it doesn't. This is a logos.
Oh, well then.
So, and mistakes can be made,
Yeah, I mean,
which is fine.
we're all still learning.
But who did he take out?
My little warhammer.
Did he kill him?
Yes, because he's low level and
Return each other. Okay, but I was just wondering where he ended up. He was in your
died.
hand,
or oh wait, I have to throw people away when they die.
but
So
not
this-
that guy. Put him back out here because I can't attack with this one.
Okay.
The one that got
this
killed.
person was dead.
That one, but he attacked it with this one.
Yes, which was
Um,
the house he called the booger one.
Right, but he hit that one and killed it.
Mhm.
But this is, this takes 5 damage. because that's a 5 creature, right? So this one's sitting at 6, but only has 1 health left. Is where that one's at. Okay. So, did he take one of the amber because he killed someone? Okay. Did he take it, or did he put it back in here?
He did that, and he got put it in here, and then he did something with that one, and then got another amber.
Yeah, this is
back.
the amber here. Deal 3 to a creature. Maybe that's how he killed that one.
Oh, you know what? You're right. Somebody disappeared, and then I think he had something else in his hand that he wanted
There
to
is
do.
something gonna happen. Yeah, there's
Yes.
other stuff, but I don't know
And
if I'm gonna do anything with it.
And that's where we landed.
Okay, so did he use punch? Okay, so he used punch to kill that one.
And then this one is dead.
That's where you got the amber. Well, you didn't want to wear that to martial arts? Come on, man, you got to represent Keyforge. It's release day, yo. Oh, I should wear it. I think that's what he was trying to help me out.
Match the teams.
Scooter don't pay attention to nothing. Yeah. All right. Okay, so actually,
With the look in his eye, I knew he was going to do something fantastical with what
there's
was in his hand.
no.
No?
There's nothing to do. I think there was hope, because there's hope.
There's always hope.
But there's that. I will ready those, and I already have 6 in my hand. So I end my turn, and that's when you check. That's basically saying, I got enough amber to forge a key. That's what check means. Peace out.
Bye.
Bye.
That's all that means. Yeah, and then your turn. And then whose turn is over there?
Well, this side just went.
So now
I went, then you went.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, sure. I guess I can. Okay. Let me see here. I want to.
And we're gonna try and end this stream by 6.
So let's do this.
Well, yeah, because I mean, we've been playing a lot longer than we think.
Yes, I have.
Yeah,
Time goes by.
It's fine. Well, it's
When
super
having
fun.
fun.
I'm sorry. I get excited about this game, but there's other games I get excited about. But this one right now,
it's new.
I'm totally pumped about
Yeah.
this game.
No, it's so fun.
But the reason we want to end our stream at 6 o'clock tonight because this is kind of our Keyforge release thing that we've been working on. So this morning I was on Crit Camp from like 8 to 10:30 for like 2.5 hours. We played on Tabletop Sim, and then I'm doing this at 4 to 6, and then he's bringing another guy on at 6 p.m. to play for a couple more hours. So we're kind of just trying to saturate the world with a little Keyforge. That's really what we're doing. So out of respect, we want to get off so we can
Yeah.
Sounds good. Okay.
say hi to him.
Okay. I will call on House Shadow, and I'm going to attack.
Oh,
And I choose who I attack, correct?
He cannot attack.
this one cannot do damage when attacking.
Dang it.
It's
Yeah,
like
he's an
It's
absorber.
like a wall.
Yes,
Think of him as a
Punish
shield.
monkeys. Okay,
Yeah,
then
a
I want
shield.
to.
big fog shield.
Fine. I shall keep my House of Shadows.
Fine.
Fine.
Forget
And
you,
I'm
shadows.
going to play Relentless Whispers. It's an action, and I deal 2 to a creature. If this damage destroys a creature, I steal 1, but I am not destroying a creature.
Okay.
So I want to take damage to this one.
Well, I
Can I
think
do
it would
that?
go to it anyways.
Yeah, because I can't attack this guy.
Cannot be attacked unless they have talk.
Exactly. So how does that affect your shield?
Yeah, how does that affect my...
How do you feel about what I just did?
And I gain 1
literally
amber
what it
for
sounded
using
like.
that though.
I just didn't want to create
Yes.
a vortex.
I'll draw 1.
Because you could see the screen in there. And I was like, whoop, 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 whoop. That was going to be weird.
Okay, and I end my turn with that.
Yeah, I was like, whoa.
She has a question about, well, I do too. Since she did 2 damage and I have a shield, next turn do I get rid of one of these?
Nope. Your shield comes back though. So if you got hit, here's how shield works.
Yeah.
You're a 9 power character with 1 shield. If you get hit with 2, you take 1 damage.
Oh, okay, so you only need 1 on there.
Did you get hit with 2?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shield takes the brunt of 1. But if you attack with another creature, that shield's gone for that turn.
So
So
you
you
could have
can-
wiped you out.
Yeah, it's kind of. I was trying to do it like think about like on Fortnite, Halo, anything like that, your shield goes down. As soon as your shield is down, you're taking just pure damage, right? From whoever's hitting you. And then as soon as you rest or it's the end of your turn, that shield comes back.
Yeah.
Think of it that way.
Excellent.
So I explained it to my daughter. I was like, Fortnite. And I told her exactly that. And she goes, got it.
Okay.
It's like, it's built that way. And I
Makes
like the way
sense.
it's built.
So does she go to 3 now?
Ooh, yes, I do. Hello.
Oh, you gained a chain?
Huh?
Or
Well, I move up, right? So then I can go back to 6 after this. Because
Why-
that's how many turns I have.
But
Right?
you're going down. You're getting rid of chains.
Oh, so I should have.
You want to
already
get to
done.
0 chains so you can draw up to 6.
So to get rid of chains, I have to draw something that's
Yes.
six chains. Oh, okay.
So
Got it.
anytime you're on this chain list, as you can see, if I have one chain to 6 chains, I draw 1 less. If I have 7 to 12 chains, I draw 2 less.
Oh wow.
So chains,
you can have up
or
to
worse.
2 in your hand.
whoa.
yes, I have not gotten above, and there was a time I played a ton of chains. I have not gotten above 8,
Okay.
honestly.
Holy moly. Okay, got it.
And I played like 3 in a row.
Whoa.
Still lost that game, by the way.
Oh.
I was trying. I was trained. Yes, Chain of Fools. Yes, thanks, man. Thanks. That was the game I did lose to you. Thanks, buddy. Seriously,
Alright.
that's the game I actually lost.
That's a good turn.
Yes,
So
okay.
I know, and I look away from the camera. We lost Cedric.
Mhm.
He had to go do some martial arts. So there's my camera. Cedric had to do some martial arts, so I took over his deck, and we're gonna try and finish this out in the next 20-some minutes. You guys can play without me while I'm talking.
Oh.
Oh yeah, go ahead, I like it.
Oh,
You can play while I'm talking too, because I can't defend it since it's your turn.
I have a very silly question with
No.
this card specifically. It
Why
says,
is it silly?
Because I should be able to read, but apparently my comprehension skills are a little low. It says you cannot use this card unless you have discarded 2 untamed cards. Okay, I get that. Does that mean I can't set it down, or I just can't do anything while it's down?
Here, let's look.
I mean,
Let's look.
Yeah.
You cannot use this card unless you have discarded an untamed card from your hand this turn. So it just sits in your hand. Now you call untamed.
and
so
then if I discard
You
it,
just discard an untamed, then play that card.
then I can play this card.
Yep.
Okay.
Which is a pretty powerful card. You'll notice that the big powerful ones either cause chains, or you take a hit, or you lose an amber, something to that effect. Dude, we're having a blast. You guys are doing what Scooter does when I'm... Yes. Some people listen to me, Chris.
I'm just gonna put down this action card. It doesn't really do anything, but all of my other cards I can't use unless I have a creature down. So
Which is fine. So you don't have to use... What is it? For the remainder of the turn,
I just with the hand that I currently have, I cannot do anything unless a creature is on the board. But my only creature died, and the only other creature I have I can't put down unless I throw away
The
cards.
struggle.
I was there earlier today when I played. That's why on your turn you can call a house and discard.
Oh, you're right. I can
Okay,
discard.
that kind of gets you out of that hole. And the cool thing is, in this game, which it's happened to me a couple times that I've played the physical version, there's some of them that just get rid of cards. The cool thing is, when you get down to the bottom of this deck,
Mhm.
you get to shuffle this, and it's your deck again.
And it's my deck
So you
again.
don't get to the end of the deck and you're done. That's the cool part. Plus, where was I going with that? Oh, there's a mechanic called Purge. So if you purge a character, they're out of the game, period. They don't go and discard anything, they're gone. So they don't come back. So if you have a deck that goes through cards quick and somebody purges one, it's not in your deck. You can't use it again.
Oh,
So.
okay.
Okay, then I will call Logos and get rid of a card, so I can hopefully have something useful.
Yeah, and the cool thing is that you discard, then at the end of your turn you draw. Right? That's why cool. Right over here.
Oh, you're right.
Yeah, don't
That's the one.
Don't mess with your Archon. He's so pretty, or
Oh,
she's so
you're right.
pretty.
Yeah, this one's actually a really pretty little.
I don't think it's gender specific.
Yeah.
Not that one. Some of them are.
They. And then I will draw on that. That's all I can
There
do.
you go, and that's the end of yours.
Happened to me again.
Then it's our turn. And it could sometimes you just want to clear. Maybe you have a bunch of untamed that are just like not doing what you need them to do. Get rid of them. It's okay to discard a bunch of cards.
I would have done that, only that was the only untamed card that I had.
Right? And some of these cards, when they're buddy systems, you got to get rid of them so you can do something else. All right, are you ready to go?
I am ready to go.
Do it.
If I archive a card, does it have to be the same house that I'm archiving?
No, not if it says on. Not if the card says archive a card. That could be any card.
And if it says artifact, can I do the same action the same turn?
No. Action is using your artifact. Artifacts come out exhausted.
Okay. Oh, like a creature. Okay.
Yep. And then next turn, if you call that house, but it's like having an action card on the field that you can use every turn when you call it.
Okay.
Instead of losing the card.
Okay. I call house Logos. And I will pay. I pay her,
Yeah,
or do I just throw it away? I have to pay.
You pay. Your
What's it
opponent
say?
must pay you.
Yeah.
Oh
You're
yeah.
like a landlord.
So-
I am.
Yeah.
Monopoly.
Rent.
And then I will put the Mobius scroll, archive Mobius scroll as an action after it's not tired, and I can put 2 extra cards from my hand as archives. So,
Cool card.
And then I will also do an action of each player loses half their gems.
Yes. Does it say round it up?
And it says round down.
Round down.
So you can't round 1. So I
Yeah.
stay at 1.
You stay at 1, but you lose
She
2.
loses 2, and I go up a chain.
Wow.
Bam.
Big baller.
We haven't. Nobody's forged the key.
Then
Why am I-
You're about
I want to see
get
the
that
preset.
ready, and I will draw 1.
Oh,
Awesome.
nice.
All right.
Very cool. Very
I'm gonna
cool.
go.
Good move.
Let's see here.
I'm so close.
Well, that's a bummer. That's a bummer.
That's why you paid me.
Nope, that's a bummer. So okay, all right. These are one of my least favorite cards because it's always played against me. But I'm gonna choose Logos. Oh, hold on. I'm gonna forge. Forge key. 2, 4, 6. I want to see the pretty side of these amazing keys. They are so cool. And you could only get these for release day. I was so excited. All right. And I'm going to play Logos. Logos, I'm going to come out with...
your house.
I forgot to do something.
Oh no.
That's okay. Rewind and do it. It's up to your
I
opponent.
forgot
you
to
know.
unstun him.
Oh,
Oh,
you
no.
weren't Mars.
No, he's not Mars.
You'd have to
He's
call
not
Mars
Mars.
to do that. So you're fine. A Logos, he comes out. This is Dr. Escotera. His play, gain 1 for each forged key your opponent has. You don't have a forged key, so he doesn't get anything for that. The other one is Doc Bookton. Doc Bookton comes out as a 5 power creature, but when it reaps, it draws a card. This is I've been beat by Doc Bookton multiple times. I've never been able to play with him. So, but I will also, since I called Logos, I will reap with this one. So 1, and that is the end of my turn.
That was a good
Ready him up?
turn.
Yeah,
And
that was-
draw 2.
I want to rewind. That's okay.
I mean, we're learning.
We're
and,
learning.
And that's why I'm saying everything that I do, I'm saying it out loud.
Okay. So I would have, in my last turn originally, if I was paying attention, would have reaped, and I would have gotten a gem.
Oh, because he was sitting out there just hanging
Yes.
out, right?
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense. And then
and
archive a card.
I was going to archive a card.
Well, that's a great play.
That's
Yeah.
a better play. I
So
like
do I put
that.
these face down?
Face down,
Face
because
down.
you can
Mhm.
look look
Yeah.
at them, but the
You
other
don't want
opponent
me to
cannot.
know.
And then I would have drawn an extra card.
For archiving.
Yeah, for archive.
Wow, big baller, bigger baller.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Back to the game.
Now we're back to our normal timeline.
Yes, hello.
We didn't cause too many ripples,
Thank you for the time jump.
too many butterfly effects.
Oh yeah. Talk
Rewind. I would have ready them. Okay, back
I'd have
to
done that too. Okay,
Okay.
unpause.
Okay. Valerie, would you like to go or would you like me to go?
Yeah, I can go. I will call Untamed. and I have an untamed one that I'm going to discard.
Mm-hmm.
So I can use this card because he's a creature.
There you go.
Starts to sleep, and that will be the end of my turn.
Yeah, and the cool thing is, on here it says action gain 3.
Isn't that? Can't I only do an action when he's awake? And
Right, but I was just saying, when he's
for
up here, instead of reaping, you're just going to do an action, get 3. So basically, he just grabs 3 every time you can use him.
Yeah.
Which is pretty cool.
Yeah, and then I draw 2.
Yeah, that's a good generator.
Yeah, I was thinking he looks more useful than the other one.
Yeah, which one's more useful? You go away.
You die. So the other one
You
dead.
die.
Are you done?
That is all
Oh,
for me.
okay. I just want to make sure before I start
Yes.
talking.
Oh.
So,
Sorry.
Ooh.
I'm going
Yes.
to call.
Okay. I've never gotten to play that card.
Oh, now I'm nervous. Stop.
It's just
I'll
cool.
send
It's
vibes
not
your
that.
way.
It's just the
Positivity.
mechanic is cool to me. It's not a dangerous card. It's just
Sure.
I think it's a rare
Yeah.
also.
You guys
Let's
are on the
look.
same side here.
When you look at the bottom, yeah.
Don't trust
Yeah.
When
me.
it see the little star on there,
Yeah.
they have
Oh,
3
okay.
types of cards on here. You have the commons, uncommons, and rares, which they don't change value. It's not like other TCGs where like that one's worth $37. No, it's not like that. They go in one deck. Because you cannot change these into another deck, because if you look at the bottom right corner, it gives you the name of the deck that you're playing. So they only belong to that one deck, so you can't put them in another deck. But
Like Yu-Gi-Oh.
yeah, you can't do it.
Oh,
Like
yeah.
anything else.
It says the name of my guy.
Yeah, that's the name of your Archon. So the cool thing is they do come in common, uncommon, and rare, and that just honestly means what it's saying.
Yeah.
These ones there's more of.
Yeah.
Uncommons there's less of. Rares there's not that many. That's all it means. So when you get a card like that, if you have 2 of them, you're like, whoa, this is a cool deck. It's not like, oh, I can sell these for $37.50 a piece. It's not like that. Hopefully it doesn't get like that.
Yeah.
Or
that's
could you
cool.
buy 2 of the same deck and then
Yeah.
merge?
You can't buy 2 of the same deck
Yeah.
because every deck is sealed.
Oh.
Yeah.
So,
True.
and it's all randomly generated.
Ah.
And you don't know what deck it is till you buy it.
Yes.
And open
That's
it.
hard.
Or it's like, mind blown. Richard Garfield, what are you
Which
doing
decks,
to my
man?
brain?
Okay. So I'm going to call upon House Shadows, and I'm going to have an action. It's called Lights Out. I gain an amber for it, and I return 2 enemy creatures to their owner's hand. Goodbye. And
Which
then-
one are you doing?
With 2. I
And
only have
return 2 enemy
Oh, you only have
creatures.
2. That's right.
So goodbye, creatures.
That was very well planned out.
Yes, I've been waiting for that guy. And then I can still reap with this one, right?
You call that house, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
You can do anything as long as it's in your house.
Because he's a wall, you know. Okay, so I reap with that
Yeah, you
one.
can read.
Got it. And then I end my turn. Oh, and I draw. 1. End my turn.
All right. Is it my turn? I think it is.
Yes.
Or is it yours because you had so many rewinds?
Yeah.
I think it is his
I had
turn.
a lot of reruns.
But I think it's his turn.
Yeah, here's your
Oh.
It's your
Go
turn.
ahead, son.
Oh,
That's what I was saying because it went to me
Okay.
and then he
Yeah.
did a rewind.
So-
then, yeah.
I can pull out in my archive anytime I want.
After you call a house.
Okay. House Mars. That's how I do it every time. I want
last
to.
time you
Did
said
this
logos.
have damage earlier? I thought it did.
I took it, died technically,
Oh, yeah,
and I
okay, cool.
resurrected it.
So I will pull this from my archive, and I will do an action, Ammonia Clouds, which
no.
now it doesn't really affect me. I could do that, like, right? I can do this action and then summon something so it's not hurt by it.
You can do
Mm-hmm.
what the phase that you're in right now. You can do it in any order you want.
Oh, cool.
So like you can fight. Like I can right now fight one creature,
Mhm.
then reap with another, and then fight with another one. You can go back and forth.
Mm-hmm.
So
Now,
absolutely.
Again, with deal 3 damage to each creature,
Mhm.
but this card
That's gonna
says-
take
It's
6.
gonna take 6. Cool. And then,
From what I understand,
Okay.
because I've played this card
okay.
many times. I like it.
And then I will do as well again.
Welcome
The
back.
Zelix Dominator
Yes.
comes in stunned. And is there a max limit to the amount of creatures I can stun?
Nope.
Okay.
It's all in the same house.
Okay.
There is the only cap rule when you're talking about max. There's a rule of 6, and the rule of 6 means you can't do the same thing You can't play the same card 6 times.
Okay.
And that's even if you have duplicates. So if you have 2 of the same card and you want to play in the same turn, like, because some cards you play and then you have the ability to put it back in your hand, you can't do that more than 6 times in one turn.
Okay.
That is an actual.
Gotcha.
I could see that being a loop.
Because it becomes a loop.
Cool.
Right, it does. You sit here going, brrrr, and your deck's gone, and the other person like, that's I never got to play. Because there are some stuff that does return it to your hand, and then you can play it again, grabs Amber, and you just do that for a loop. So they did it at 6, so that the max you could do is like get enough to do 1 key.
Okay. And then I will bring out John Smith. He has elusive. The first time this creature is attacked each turn, no damage is dealt. And it has something called fight/reap.
Right, so anytime you fight or reap, that happens.
Ready a non-agent Mars creature.
That makes sense?
Okay, so let's say... I don't know.
No, thing on here. Ready a non-agent Mars creature.
Because I wouldn't be able to...
So you can
summon
ready
it.
another Mars creature that's non-agent. See how he's an agent?
Oh, okay.
You'll start seeing like little clans inside of your houses.
Yeah.
Okay.
So,
Gotcha.
So like clubs.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like special clubs, like Agent Club. They have an Agent Club.
Okay.
I think they have a
so this
Nice.
is
a
demon.
niffle. I think in
Okay.
this one's a niffle club.
Ooh.
Oh.
I don't know what a niffle is.
And I will also...
Sounds like nipple on stream.
Dude, Mind
Right.
Wrapper. He's a creature also with elusive. The first time this creature is attacked, each turn, no damage is dealt. Ooh, so that's continuously. Like,
Every single turn.
Every single turn,
First
wow.
time somebody goes at him. Now, if the second creature hits,
yeah.
Yeah.
Nice.
that's how that works.
Okay. And then I will ready them. And I will draw my 1 card. Oh, yeah, 1 card.
2 cards, right?
Because I have to have 5 in my card because I'm at chain 1.
Yeah, 5.
Okay.
Welcome.
And I end my
Welcome
turn.
to the chain
Yeah.
game. I say, now it's my turn. All right. I wasn't paying attention to what I was doing. Okay, do it on flank. And we did discuss that this is not on either flank. If you have one character out there,
He's just
they're not on. There's
Solo.
no flank, right? Okay. Oh. That doesn't do me any good. So. Oh, yeah, I'll just do Sanctum. Do I have any Sanctum? No. Yep, I have 1. Okay, so Sanctum, I'm just going to pull out an artifact, and it's actually has heal 3 damage from a creature. I can't do that yet. And then the other one is artifact. The artifact is sacrifice Gorm of destroy an artifact. So if you had an artifact next turn or something like that, I can get rid of it on Sanctum. And then my third one is Taunt. So it has a taunt in it. Champion Anaphael? Anaphael? I don't know. It sounds French. Sounds awesome. That one has taunt. So basically you can't attack my Doc Bookton. And I have 1 Sanctum out there. So I'm going to go ahead and reap with that Sanctum. Grab 1. Refresh. Oh, sorry. Ready. And then draw up to 6. End of turn.
Real quick, someone was asking if we're doing 4 players, so.
We are not. Who's asking? Oh, we are not doing 4 players. Just 1-on-1. We're going to test it out sometimes very, very soon. We were discussing that, kind of going, oh, we could come up with a format to do that. So we're going to try that sometime soon. Not today because it's release day, so we're just trying to do the discovery mode. And hey, what's up, Lyle? I'm going to hop over and watch you guys for a little bit. We're going to end our stream here in a couple minutes. We'll probably keep playing together, but we'll probably be ending our stream very, very soon, within the next 5 minutes, because our buddies at Crit Camp, they're going to be playing at 6 o'clock, so we can watch them while we're playing, stuff like that. We just wanted to play for a little while on stream to get this stuff out there. And welcome, Lyle. He's out, my buddy Lyle, he's out in New York, like, building stuff and making money. He'll be back soon. I'm going to see him at PAX Unplugged. Yeah.
Very cool. Very cool.
Yeah, good guy, good guy. They got a great channel over there. We're gonna show your guys' channel off to these guys while we finish playing.
Yes.
But yeah, 4-player would be super rad. And who was that? That was a Flying Squirrel.
Flying Squirrel 14.
That would be super rad. Yeah, keep watching us every once in a while because I think we might try that out. Yes,
That would be fun.
yes. That was the end of my turn.
All right. Top of the board.
Top of the board to you.
I will call.
Did you know that's not a phrase in Ireland at all?
Yeah, I know.
They
I don't
make
know
fun
where.
of Americans. I went over there and spent like weeks over there, and they make fun of us like that means nothing over here. Did you know? They're like, it's weird.
Great, then I will call Untamed.
Oh yes. Call that
Do the
Untamed.
action, which is getting 3 of these.
What?
He's going to sleep. That's it for my turn, and then we'll wake back up.
Build keys so fast.
As if this one doesn't die.
Positivity.
Yeah, and I'm having some. I'm gonna have some plans for that
Sure.
character.
Bored.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
but that doesn't. Honestly, it doesn't mean anything unless I'm generating amber.
I mean, there's 3 logos here.
Yeah, and once if I have the same, like right now, I can reap with 3 at a time and then gain some amber. I do need to stop. Like I'm thinking, like I need to stop that one
Yeah. for
because
her building
she's
all
gonna
the
have a
keys.
key like every 3rd turn.
Dang.
Which
Okay.
would end the game quickly.
Yes, so I would be like,
That's smart.
you got
That's
to
smart.
die.
It would be really smart if I had something that, like yours,
Yeah.
that
I could
absorbed
absorb
it,
it.
and if I could flank him with
Aw, thanks,
stuff
man.
like that.
True.
Thanks, Lyle. Thanks for the 250 bits.
Woo.
Thank you, sir. I keep forgetting my camera's
Oh,
over
thank
here
you.
because it's usually on the screen.
Sorry,
Noob.
the gym.
I'm usually not in front of the camera. No, I'm just kidding.
You got a lot of decks.
Yeah, show if Lyle, you're still watching. Yeah. Oh, that's one of my 3 boxes that I have. Oh, but they're for release, man. These are actually we're putting on events at our tap room, so they're not really for me. They cost $10 a piece. It's the cost of the deck you needed to play and have some fun. But we're gonna do more events at the tap rooms and have beer because we like to drink beer, and I don't know why we're not drinking it yet, but we'll figure that out. We'll figure that out. We are family friendly, that's true. But tap rooms, here's the cool thing about tap rooms. They're family friendly also.
They are.
Because when we do our tap room events, we always make sure that they have something on tap there for kids. At YOLO, they have kombucha. And out at New Glory, they have root beer. It's on tap. It's like really, really good stuff. So,
Yeah, the root beer's really good there.
yes. So, when I say family friendly, I do mean it. My family goes with me to pretty much every single event that I go to. So, all right, whose turn?
Is that the end of your turn?
That's
Natalie?
it.
Oh, that's the end.
That's a
of your
good
turn.
generator right there.
All right, all right. So I am going to call on House Sanctum, and I'm going to play Blinding Light. You can do as many actions per turn, right?
Oh yeah.
Okay, cool. I'm gonna play Blinding Light. Choose a house. Stun each creature of that house. I'm going to stun Mars.
That could be rough on Mars.
Yes.
I was
my
having
Mars.
plans for Mars.
Plans.
Looks like those plans are stunned.
So this will become double stunt.
It cannot.
No.
Okay.
But
All your other baby target.
Aww.
Sorry.
It's okay.
Baby Mars, Mars,
sir.
Mars, Mars.
And then I'm going to play for take hostages. I gain 1 amber.
Oh, I think you got an amber for that other
Oh,
card.
yes.
Whoa.
Oh, wow.
So right
I
there
am
you say
almost
check.
there. Check, mate.
Or check
Or
it
check.
out.
Yeah.
Check this. Check this.
And then for the remainder of the turn, each time a friendly creature fights, it captures 1. But you don't have any for me to steal from your creatures. So
What does it say?
Captures 1.
You what? Hold on.
If each time a friendly creature would fight, I would capture 1.
Did you would capture 1 from him?
Oh.
So for the remainder of the turn, each time a friendly creature fight, it captures 1.
Dang.
So if one of your friendly creatures attacked out here, it grabs 1 and puts it on him. Yeah, you capture from him. The only way to get him back from these that I've seen thus far is to kill the creature.
Okay.
So don't even worry about that.
I played that card. I don't have any monsters of that, but I mainly wanted the amber.
Yeah,
So-
I mean, that does help. I mean, sometimes you just play the card just to get the amber. I've done that
Exactly.
many, many times.
That's what I'm
That's
trying
fine.
to do.
Yeah,
And
it's
then
totally fine.
end my turn playing an artifact. The action is heal 3 damage from a creature. It's a weapon, and it's called Hallowed Blaster. And then I will draw 3 cards. So I fill my hand, and I will end my turn.
You're dealing 3 damage?
Heal 3 damage, but it
Oh, heal
comes
3
in.
damage.
It comes in not ready, right? It comes in rested.
Oh, okay, nice.
Yes, yes,
You have to pay yourself. I'm just kidding.
All right, we're gonna take just a little pause, and we're gonna go to these cameras right here. Ready? So get rid of our hands there. Go. Whoa, we're all over the place. I scooted into. Oh, now you can see my dirty kitchen. Scooter, what are you doing? You move the camera around. Oh, jeez. All right. So basically, what we're doing is we're gonna keep playing and having a good time here. Thank you so much for tuning in for Keyforge and our first back. What game did you bring? We're gonna do more tabletop gaming like this. You'll see friendly faces, and you'll see mine, the unfriendly one. We will definitely be here. We're gonna start doing it weekly, starting in December. This is just kind of a teaser to get everybody kind of knowing that we're gonna keep doing this on Thursdays. We'll do Thursdays starting in December. Hopefully, we'll just keep doing this and play more tabletop games. I got some. I mean, we're coming up with Red Dragon Inn. We're gonna try some of that. I just got. So there's some cool games that are coming out. Fire in the Library is about to be released off of Kickstarter. We're gonna try that one out from Weird Draft Games. Yeah, just there's a lot of stuff going on. We'll play some Scattered Nexus for our buddy Eli Beard, who's a local guy here. Is an independent card game. We're gonna play that. There's a ton of stuff that we're gonna do, but we're gonna finish playing this while we kind of turn our attention over to Crit Camp, and we're gonna watch them because they're good friends of ours, and we didn't want to, we want to work together because we're a community. So thank you so much for tuning in, and the bits and the follows. Thank you so much, and we will see you very, very soon. We will be off next week, but we'll be back. We'll be back the week after that. We're gonna take a little vacation. So, all right, bye guys.
Bye.
once a week. If you guys want to, you can join our regular.
Personally,
It's
I
not
know you
strict.
did, right?
It's
How,
just
what's
kind
your
of
deal?
my apartment.
Yeah, what did you went and got the starter box, right? That's all they carried, right?
Well, so what's my local? So basically, I went to